All right, Ollie, we are live. Thank you so much for taking out some time.
My pleasure. Thank
I
you.
wanna I wanna jump right in and figure out, like where you guys came up with the idea for films in concert. Like
Yeah.
where did that all come about? Because it's amazing.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. We've been doing it for a number of years now. I think we were the first uh, company in the UK to tour these shows, really take them on the road. And we were licensing them as a product. Um, and then I think the first one we ever did was the Godfather, actually, in concert. And then we grew up from there, really, and we've been involved in many of them over the years. The Harry Potter franchise sequels, the Star Wars, the first three films of that, Beauty and the Beast, Muppet Christmas Carol, Love Actually. We do it every year and have been for a number of years. And The Holiday, La La Land. So and then we started getting into to kind of owning the global license of an in-concert experience and producing these and creating them ourselves. So that we have with Joker and then The Holiday, and then obviously Spider-Man to Spider-Verse. And we love these type of show. It's something which is in an old fashioned in its kind of in its thought and thinking, really. How they used to have live music to silent films in the cinema. And so it's a kind of old-fashioned approach in some ways, but actually the technology is hugely advanced, and it's very modern in some ways as well. And it's also very rare for people to be able to see an orchestra and incredible musicians perform a score live to a picture. And especially with Spider-Verse, it's such an intricate, detailed score. There's so much going on musically. There's orchestral stuff, there's electronic stuff, and there's scratch DJing on stage, with vinyl. And that's so you never see that. That's never been done before live, to a picture. And so we are bringing that to life, and it just elevates the way that one really interacts with the film, and it just amplifies everything that's going on that you see on the screen, because the music is so emotive and emotional in some of these films, and it's so carefully curated by the composer and created by the composer, for a specific scene. How much music they have, what instrumentation they have, the feel of the orchestration. That when you then and then we don't, and a lot of us, understand, we take it for granted when we watch a film just on screen without anything else, because it's meant to be that way. It's meant to stitch into the film perfectly. But when you hear it live, you realize, how powerful some scenes are really when you hear the music live accompanying it.
I'll tell you, man, this has been I have been anticipating this for quite a long time. And like I just mentioned, the Orlando, Florida show is been sold out for some time
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, people have gone, crazy for it. I'm so delighted, and I'm excited to get over to you guys. We're really, really delighted with the response from everyone, and very grateful as well that people have really bought into this experience. We want to do lots more over there.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's wild.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let's talk about the accompaniment of like diffusion between like live orchestra, percussions, and like you said, like a
Mhm.
scratch DJ. I mean,
Yeah,
that is, I can't imagine how that's gonna, perform on a stage. Like I am
yeah.
so excited to see that. Like no
Oh, good.
joke.
Oh, I'm so pleased to hear that. I'm so pleased to
So,
hear that. Well, yeah, I mean, listen, it's all, you've got amazing musicians, the Broadway Sinfonietta, who premiered it for us at the Musician on Stage in Brooklyn. So they're going to be on stage and, perform all this music. And so you'll get all the beautiful string parts, you'll get all the amazing kind of the horn parts, and then it's very, very rhythmical and percussive, this soundtrack as well, which makes it so interesting. So you've got all that coming through, timpanis, drums, all the percussion, really kind of driving the musical narrative as well of this. And then the scratch DJ coming in at the points it's meant to come in the film,
right.
literally scratching, there doing its thing, like really in time at exactly the right moment in the film, and just adding that extra bit of color and kind of, as we call timbre, to the music on stage. Really interesting when you listen to it. You just kind of go, wow, this, and at some point, close your eyes, and you don't want to miss what's going on in the film, but just listen to that music and all the different elements coming through at once. It's quite staggering. And then you open it, you see it, and then you'll see it like, really bringing that scene to life. And it's incredible. I mean, in Brooklyn, we had people whooping, cheering at the end of scenes, that because they felt so uplifted by how the music just cut through, and really helped elevate, the scene. And so it was amazing, man. It was really something else.
That's amazing. Wow, man.
Yeah.
So, you mentioned that, who the tour is accompanied by. What's pretty cool is that I was reading that they're like an all women
Yes.
orchestra, and they're even being, it's even conducted by Emily Marshall.
Marshall, exactly.
It's like the
Female
first, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I mean, that's an incredible, thing to
Yeah.
happen. It says it's the first time it's ever happened on a national tour.
Correct. Correct. That's exactly correct. All women, hugely diverse orchestra. It's really important to us. That was something the film really set the benchmark in that. Sony Pictures did an amazing job, creating that, and the directors and producers involved. And they in the film visually, they did an amazing job really pushing that narrative, and as did Dan with the music, Daniel Pemberton with the music. So we wanted to make sure that all those elements were truly reflective on stage, So that was kind of our thinking around that.
Sure,
So it was,
man.
yeah. So it's very, and we're very proud that that's the first time, this has ever happened in that way. I think it's the first time a film concert has ever done this many shows in one go on a tour. And it's definitely, I think, the first time anyone's ever had an all-female, player, a group of players, and conductor on stage performing. So, as a national tour doing as a film concert. So, yeah, we're very proud of it.
That's amazing, man. I love it. So I was gonna ask, you kind of mentioned, but like I was gonna ask, like give us a hint on how many cities or even countries this tour is going to be visiting, and
Yeah.
are you also going to be on the road to see it? Are you heading to any specific
Yeah.
shows?
So it's going to go to. It'll be about 100 dates globally, 70 shows in the US, and then it's going, big tour in the UK, which we're promoting as well, and then it goes to France, it goes to Holland. It'll be going to Australia. We're working on Taiwan and South Korea and Germany, and so all over Sweden, all parts of Europe and the rest of the world. So yeah, it's very exciting. Yeah, really. And I'll be out on the road. I'm going to come to a few in the US. I think I'm going to be in Dallas, and then LA, and then hopefully a few others as well. Yeah.
That's fantastic, man. I love it. So
Yeah.
just real quick, I also just wanted to ask, did you guys work or consult with the composer?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, big time. Daniel has been amazing. He's been a big part of this as well, for working with us and, on the strategic, approach and what we want to achieve on stage, what he'd like to achieve, so we've been really working very closely all together, and he's been fantastic to work with.
That's
Really
cool, man.
great guy. Yeah.
And just a slight change of pace, I wanted to ask, what can you tell us about the Christmas Actually show? That's because, I am flipping out that I can't travel to the UK this December.
Oh my, you gotta try and get over here for it, man. It's great.
It's so tight. Trust me. I was already thinking about it.
You got to do it, man. Try and make it happen. I mean, that show
Oh,
is something that, me and Richard Curtis curated and created together. He's writing it, and it's like the way we're, what it is. It's an ultimate Christmas variety show. So in the UK we have a lot of things called pantomimes, are huge stuff. They're huge in the UK. And we do a lot of film live orchestra shows at Christmas. And then you have some, standard Christmas shows, nice music, orchestra, whatever, and choir singing, but nothing which is a kind of total mix and blend, in a way, like, like a Santa sack, as it were, pull something out. What is it? Put that, oh,
Sure.
great. And that's kind of the essence of the show. It's music, it's prose, it's comedy, it's sketches. We got two hosts, we got actors. It's storytelling, it's heartwarming. And it's all about what we love about Christmas and all those great, and also what we can all, basically what we recognize as our normal Christmas is family, and all that, and stories that everyone come together and celebration and joy. So it's all these things mixed up. Like I said, it's like the ultimate Christmas variety show.
Oh
And
man.
so I hope we're going to end up bringing it to the US at some point.
I was gonna say, if I can't make it, I hope one day it'll make it out to me, or I'll just come out next year to the UK if you do it again.
Yeah, right. Well, you're welcome anytime.
All right, man. Well, listen, I really appreciate this time.
Not at all. Thank you.
I said, I'll be psyched for Orlando in a few days. And
Right.
I wish you the best of luck on this tour, man. This is amazing.
Very kind. Thank you so much, Mike. I appreciate it. Let me know. Drop me a line after Orlando, and welcome anytime.
Thank
the other
you.
show for Christmas, actually.
Oh my gosh. My God, I love it. All right, man. Well, take care. Thanks so much.